What's up, everyone? Welcome down to the vault alongside my friend. I got my partner in crime here, Mr. Walter Morgan. What's up, Walt?
Hella killer.
Here we all again, huh?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, we're going to review all the horror movies that come out. And
we got to do 8 bad ones before we get a great one, right?
well, I guess for the last 3 weeks, we're 0-3.
My theory works.
Annabelle comes home. Well, wherever Annabelle was, Annabelle should have stayed, but Annabelle comes home. Take a look at this.
Everything you see in here is either haunted, cursed, or has been used in some kind of ritualistic practice. Nothing's a toy. It's safer for these things to be in here than out there. Sometimes it's better to keep the genie in the bottle.
Don't your parents keep any creepy stuff around?
We keep it all locked away in a room so that we're safe. It's not really good for anyone to go in there.
What'd you do to get in there?
Okay, you knew once the girl said, does your mom and dad keep any creepy shit around? And then she gets into the room, and the movie's called Annabelle, that she was going to open the fucking case or get into the case.
Hey, you leave the house for the weekend, and you leave the keys around in this place?
I know, for them to get. And I mean, the door's got 1 million locks on it, and it says no entry on it, and you're going to go in there anyway.
And she could pick the keys out without trying them all.
And
it's like
I know
knew,
exactly.
Like,
she went right. Okay, there were so many holes in the
keys.
story, and not scary. Right. A couple of quick jumps that they turn the sound up and make you. There was no gore in it at all.
Did you like the monsters and how long they showed them?
No, I like when it's quick like that. I like to see them,
right.
But if they're not frightening or they're not making a frightening gesture, then I want nothing to do with those monsters. I felt that they're taking the franchise and just moving it into like, let's take this doll who everybody's fucking scared of and put it in a position to where they wrote a story around it.
The doll is scary, but this is the third one, right?
Well, it's the third one of the Annabelle series, and actually the two, they're from the Conjuring movies, and the Conjuring movies are based on true stories, but obviously this didn't happen.
And the main two characters are in the Conjuring.
Well, they're in the Conjuring.
Right, in this movie.
They're in this briefly because it centers around them, their daughter, and their house. Anyway, I wasn't, again, another hole in the story with so many pratfalls and so many different shit going on that I couldn't.
Okay. The premise for this, though, is that Annabelle, the doll, is a beacon of other spirits. So she brings out the spirits because she's Annabelle, the evilest
well, she's
one,
locked
right?
into the case, and like I said in the preview, like we were talking about, you see her fucking philandering around the room, and then she goes over to the case, and then all of a sudden the doll isn't in the case. So
we know
the
bad
doll
shit's
isn't
gonna
necessarily
happen.
Scary. Just everywhere the doll is, they show quick shots of it, so it makes you feel like from what we know about the doll in the past that it's that much scary. To me, this one did not even move me at all. And I liked the last two Annabelle movies, honestly.
I thought there was a lot of pussyfooting around here.
Well, it took a whole hour before it even really got any fright at all, because I'm going to tell you guys something. When I'm in a movie, I look at, especially at scary movies, I look at my watch to see when the first monster came in or when the first scare happened, because I want to know, because to me, it always seems like these movies take fucking hour to build up, and then they're going to give you the next 20 minutes of scares, and then it's going to wind down, and this one never even did that. So fuck, man, between The Dead Don't Die, Child's Play, and now Annabelle comes home. Annabelle should have just stayed wherever Annabelle was.
Also,
for
you got to
matter,
say
Walt.
that while we're seeing these horror movies, we get a lot of trailers of movies that are coming that are horror related and scary or whatever. And I think that they give you too much in these trailers.
Well, I agree with you because there was a couple of horror movies where they're showing it, and they're showing characters that are like in the trailer itself, and then you're kind of seeing them get killed in the trailer. You know what I mean?
Then when you see it in the movie,
movies,
you're kind of like projecting it ahead of time.
They've shown so much of in the trailer. I've already figured out what the fuck is going on in the movie. So, again, from time to time, well, not from time to time, we're going to be reviewing the horror movies because that's what we do. We love horror movies, and we're going to get there. Maybe go off the rails a little bit. Can't wait for the Quentin Tarantino flick. You know about
that's
that
true.
one.
We
will be going off the rails and talking about that. But
there was a hottie in this movie, but she could be my granddaughter.
wow, Walter, boy, is that creepy? Isn't that fucking?
She looked
creepy?
like a
God. I
young
hope we don't get in trouble for that.
Laura Flynn Boyle.
I've whatever he says, it is on himself. You know what I mean? How old was she?
Well,
exactly. Pedophile. Fucking pedophile. Anyway, you got anything more on this fucking thing? No, I'm almost afraid to ask that right now.
Well, like I said, C8 and they're bad, and we're on a string of bad ones. But I'm waiting for that gem, and he is too. And I was telling the producer Wayne, might as well go back and watch some of the old horror flicks again that you haven't seen in a while.
Well, I did see a comment on there that somebody wanted me to start reviewing some of the older movies and talking about them, and it may be something that I do actually. So I may be going into that because I do love all the old horror movies. I have. My whole set is, full of just old horror stuff. So anyway, you guys watch my show on the TV. Don't you think it looks better on television?
Oh, all the time.
Right. And if you're going to send somebody a message from me.
Cameo.com.
And what do we drink to get us zippy?
The Death Wish Coffee.
Death Wish Coffee. And I have patches and, of course, T-shirts. Go to greyhavenmedia.net. Annabelle comes home.
And you might see Zetro sitting in the theater watching one of these horror films, and there'll be like 6 people in the theater at the most.
Check it out. When I watched this yesterday, I was the only one in the theater. Okay. That's why I had my vape.
was one of 5.
And I had my vape pen with me and was happy to vape through the whole thing. Ooh. So, hey, you guys leave me fucking comments and obviously subscribe to my channel. And we will be telling you about the next shitty fucking horror movie that they're going to try to throw.
That he'll force me to see.
I'll force you to see. This isn't on you anyway. Anyway, we'll see you guys soon. Later.